Good morning, welcome to the online class. Civics lesson from the ninth standard. Civics lesson, we are revising the civics lesson. Already we have completed two lessons. Two lessons revision we have completed. The third chapter, that is human rights. We are going to revise the third lesson, human rights. Okay, listen. First we revise the odd words, that is choose the correct answer, fill in the blanks, match the following, and a few short answer also. We will revise this period. Okay, we start that first apartheid was followed by dash, that is South Africa. Apartheid means racial discrimination. This racial discrimination was practiced in South Africa. That white people and the native black people. The white people were minorities, black people majority. Though they were minorities, they were ill-treating the majority black color due to the color. So that is called apartheid. Second one, dash rights exercises in the formation and administration of the government. Political right. We have the political right. Political right exercises to the formation and administration of the government. Our country, there is a government, there is central government at the center for all the, from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. All the 29 states are governed by one government, that is central government. Then states, we are state, Tamil Nadu, here we have the state government. That government has got the administration and formation. Government administers the country and the state. That is known as political right. It is known as political right. A 10-year-old boy is working in a shop. Which right can you use to recover him? That means 10 year means is a child. Child should not go for work. Okay, yes, that is an exploitation. So, which right we can use to recover the boy? The right against child labor and exploitation. Child labor. He has to recover one who is doing the work, employed in a work known as child, that is less than 10 years, less than 14 years, means child, that child should not go for work. If the child must be there in the school. At present, the government has passed many laws to protect the children from the exploitation, especially from the child labor, so that we can use that law, right against the child labor and exploitation. Then the fourth one, what is the time limit to get the information from the RTA Act 2005? Right to information. RTA means right to information. Right to Information Act was passed in the year 2005. To one who wants to get the information about the particular department from the particular office, about the government, the person can get the information within 30 days. He has to get the information within 30 days. That is a time limit. The person wants to seek the information, he has to get the information within 30 days. Which of the following statements are true? Which of the following statements are true? Here, for statement 2, 3 and 4 are true. That is D option. D option. Option D is true. 2, 3 and 4 statements are true. Then sixth one, consider the following statements. Ascertain and reason. Ascertain reason, both A and R, ascertain and reason are correct, and reason explains ascertain. A or explains A. Or explains A. Rights and duties are the two sides of a same coin. Cannot be separated. That means we have the right to freedom of religion, we have to promote harmony and the spirit of the people of other religion. That is a reason. Then the next one is, according to the UNO's, child is a person who has not completed the age of 18. According to UNO, United Nations Organization, this is a world organization. This is a world organization says that child means one who has not completed the 18 years. Up to 18 years, UNO says that person is a child. Then the next, Kailash Satyarthi and Bethlahem awarded Nobel Prize for Peace. For peace, he was awarded. Fill in the blanks. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights contains 30 articles. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. That contains 30 articles. The fundamental duties were incorporated in the Constitution by the 42nd Amendment Act of 1976. Fundamental duties, fundamental rights. Later in the Constitution they have included the fundamental duties. The fundamental duties are incorporated in the Constitution. That is, when they were amended, the Constitution, 42nd Amendment of the Constitution, which took place in the year 1976. That time, the Constitution was amended. Amendment means making slight changes in the Constitution. That is done the year 1976. That is 42nd Amendment of the Constitution. That they have included the duties of the citizen in the Constitution. Till that it is not included in the Constitution. Only the rights were given in the Constitution. Later only the duties included in the Constitution. That is the 42nd Amendment of the Constitution. National Human Rights Commission was established on 12th October 1997. National Human Rights Commission was established. Human Rights Commission. Human rights. Human rights mentioned in the Constitution. For that, separate commission was established in the year 12th October 1997. Indian state to implement Women Ancestral Property Act in 1989 was Tamil Nadu. Women has the ancestral property right. Till the time only the male getting the ancestral property, the right which is given the chance to the females to get the ancestral property according to the Act of 1989. 1989 ancestral property right, giving the right to the women to get the ancestral property. They can get a share of the ancestral property, not only the female, even the male, not only the male, even the female also got the right to get the ancestral property from the parent side according to the Act of 1989. Match the following. Right to vote. It is the political right. Right to vote is a political right. Right to form union, that is right to freedom. Right to freedom. Right to preserve tradition, that is cultural rights. You can protect the culture, that is the cultural rights. The Hindu Succession Act, that is passed in the year 2005, Hindu Succession Act. Child labor, right against exploitation. Child labor, we can protect the children from the child labor by adopting the right against the exploitation. These are all the match the following. Then give short answers. Give short answers. First one, what is human right? What is human right? That is page number 254. What are human rights heading? It is given. We have marked the rights inherent to all human beings, regardless of race, gender, nationality, ethnicity, language, religion, or any other status. Everyone is entitled to these rights without discrimination. Without all this discrimination, everyone can enjoy the right that is known as human rights. That is known as human rights. All human beings can enjoy these rights without all these discriminations. Without all this discrimination, all the human beings enjoy the right that is known as human rights. What are the fundamental rights? The Constitution mentions some of the fundamental rights. About 6 fundamental rights mentioned in the Constitution. That is page number 255. That fundamental rights are right to equality. Right to equality. All must be treated equal, rich or poor, high caste or low caste. All must be treated equally. Equality must be maintained, developed. That is right to equality. Right to freedom, to move everywhere, anywhere in India. That is freedom. Freedom of speech. We have got the right to speak. Right to speak. That is right to freedom. These all come under right to freedom. Any right to follow any religion. We have the right to follow any religion. That is right to freedom. Right against exploitation. Should not force to do any work, especially free child labor. child labor means less than 14 years. People who are employed, it is known as child labor. Now the right is passed against this exploitation. That is right against the exploitation. Especially protect the children from the child labor. From the child labor. Till the age of 14, all the children must be there in the school. So the government is giving free and compulsory education. The central government has initiated the free and compulsory education, that is Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. Right to freedom of conscience and religion. Any religion, conscience, which one he feels he can follow. That is the rights of the citizen in India. Cultural and educational rights for minorities. Minorities means majority in India, Hindus. Minorities means religious people, Christians, Muslims, all minorities. They can develop their own culture and they can try to spread the education so that there is provisions to start schools, colleges, to develop the culture. For all that, they are minority, they have got the minority rights. By using the minority right, they can start schools, colleges, and hospitals, like to develop the culture and education. And there is cultural and educational rights for the minorities. Right to constitutional remedies. They can get the constitutional remedies. If anyone feel that their right is denied, they can get the constitutional remedies. For that, they can approach the court. They will get the constitutional remedies through the court. So in India, we have the from lower court to the highest court, Supreme Court, we can approach the court to get the constitutional remedies. All these fundamental rights are mentioned in the Constitution. Third one, what are the child rights defined by the UNO for the children? For especially children, what are the rights defined by the Constitution, UNO? Child, that is page number 258. Child rights heading. Some of the points given, we have marked that right to life, the UNO says that right to life, the child gets the right to live in this world. That is right to life, right to family environment. The child has to live in the family environment to protect them at the family. Parents and family members must give the family environment. That is right to family environment. Right to education, the child has got the right to get education. The parents must give the education for their child. That is the right mentioned in the UNO. Next, right to benefit from social security. The child must get the social security. That also mentioned in the UNO. Right against sexual exploitation. They must be free from all these social evils. That is the right given to the child. Sexual exploitation, right against the sale or trafficking, which sometimes the family members means they try to sell especially the female child, means they try to sell the child. That is, it is against the child law. That is, it is right against the sale or trafficking, right against other forms of exploitation like child labor. And even UN also says about right against the child labor. No child should be, UN says up to the age of 18, the person will consider as a child. According to UN, up to the age of 18, the person should not be employed any one of the employment that is against the child. That is the exploitation of children. The child must be free from the exploitation. So we have revised the one words and 1, 2, 3, 2 more questions. We'll see remaining later. We'll see that. Okay. Yes.